Cabaret Antifa. I had this idea that I spoke to Morgan and Malik and Alex about it initially, and I was thinking that there's a lot of woke shops and workshops and meetings, and I'm on this instant feed of like many, many lists. And that's all great. I'm glad there's an enormous amount of activity toward resistance. I mean, I'm mindful of the fact of why we're here. It's not all great, which is why I'm not doing like Joel Gray or I couldn't do that anyway, because I'm basically an academic, which I don't feel bad about calling myself now. Since we're under such attack, and our students are undocumented, and immigrant students are under threat of not being able to stay in my classes, and you know how horrible things are right now. So I thought the Cabaret actually could come out of a set of questions. I was at one of the protests on Inauguration Day, and I saw a sign that said, anti-fascist art is the best art, which immediately begged the question, what is anti-fascist art now? I mean, I teach this stuff, so I kind of know historically where you could point people, but like, what is it now? And I don't have the answers. And initially, I want to thank Jamie Stevens and Artist Space and Harry Burke and all the people who are working in Artist Space, because Jamie came to me with the idea, he invited me, a gracious invitation, to host 3 dialogues. You know, there's a dialogue series in Artist Space, and Bettina Funke did last year, and Jamie asked me to do 3 dialogues this year and kind of address the political situation, or he invited me because he knew I would try to. And to be honest, I asked a number of people, and I felt it within myself also that I didn't want to be in a single conversation, one-to-one conversation, because I don't have the answers. The people who I talk to don't feel like they have the answers. I don't feel like I have the answers. What is anti-fascist art? All I can say, obviously, I don't know where you are, but I obviously think we're facing fascism. Although my spirits were buoyed a bit by the defeat of the Republican attempt to overturn healthcare. But we have, yeah. But we have a tough road. And so we're gonna need music and song, and we're gonna need direct action, and we're going to need direct messages, and we're also going to need abstraction, and we're going to need places to explore our feelings, and we're going to need it all. And so why not start with a Cabaret? It's one of my favorite movies, but I don't like the analogy. I love Fosse, but I don't like the analogy because you know how the movie ends, right? Like so many people like wrote to me, Willkommen, bienvenue, you know, like you're gonna start like Joel Gray. And so I watched the movie again, and I was like, wait, no, I don't want, I like halfway through, and then there's that, you know, that horrible musical number in the middle in the countryside, I won't even say it. And then it ends, you know, if you don't know the movie, that's not a spoiler, you know, the fascists took over, right? Spoiler alert. So we don't want that to happen. So thank you all for coming. I want to thank the performers. And right now, it's my great pleasure to introduce a Kurt Weill Songbook featuring vocalist Dr. Malik Julian Gaines, accompanied by musician, composer, pianist Marina Rosenfeld.
We thought we'd do some music that the more traditional fascists didn't like very much. This song is about sex work, and it's also a song about aging. And it says, "Where are last night's tears? Where is the snow from bygone years?" And Marina demanded a prepared piano with a very specific tuning, so I hope you enjoy that. Meine Herren, mit 17 Jahren kam ich auf den Liebesmarkt und ich habe viel erfahren. Böses gab es viel, doch das war das Spiel. Aber manches habe ich doch verragt. Schließlich bin ich ja auch ein Mensch. Gott sei Dank geht alles schnell vorüber, auch die Liebe und der Kummer sogar. Wo sind die Tränen von gestern Abend? Wo ist der Schnee von vergangenen Jahr? Wo sind die Tränen von gestern Abend? Wo ist der Schnee vom vergangenen Jahr? Freilich geht man mit den Jahren leichter auf den Liebesmarkt und umarmt sie dort in Scharen. Aber das Gefühl wird erstaunlich kühl, wenn man damit allzu wenig kargt. Schließlich geht ja jeder Vorrat zu Ende. Gott sei Dank geht alles schnell vorüber, auch die Liebe und der Kummer sogar. Wo sind die Tränen von gestern Abend? Wo ist der Schnee vom vergangenen Jahr? Wo sind die Tränen von gestern Abend? Wo ist der Schnee vom vergangenen Jahr? Und auch wenn man gut das Handeln lernte auf der Liebesmess, Lust in Kleingeld zu verwandeln, wird doch niemals leicht. Nun, es wird erreicht, doch man wird auch älter unterdes. Schließlich bleibt man ja nicht immer 17. Gott sei Dank geht alles schnell vorüber, auch die Liebe und der Kummer sogar. Wo sind die Tränen von gestern Abend? Wo ist der Schnee vom vergangenen Jahr? Wo sind die Tränen von gestern Abend? Wo ist der Schnee vom vergangenen Jahr? Thank you. That was, thank you. That's an unusual song. It was a birthday present for Lotte Lenya. Kurt Weill wrote it to a Brecht lyric in the late 30s. And Weill and Lenya and Brecht all, of course, ended up in the United States during that period, like lots of Germans and lots of others, trying to escape difficulty. Brecht sort of fled from one country to the next, and every time he got there, the Nazis showed up. And he finally ended up in the United States for a short while, and he wasn't very good at working in the United States. He sold one kind of bleak screenplay to Hollywood and couldn't really get the hang of it. I think the most interesting thing he did here was his testimony at the House Un-American Activities Committee, which was unusual because he was clever enough to avoid incriminating himself or anyone else. But he also wrote a tremendous letter that they wouldn't allow to be read into the record, which made a case for free expression, actually, and described the cracking down on the arts as sort of a first step of what came later, and very smartly linked the activities of that committee to the kind of activity that he fled in Germany, all the while denying he ever heard of Karl Marx. Weill and Lenya were very good at working in the United States, and they had a great time. And Weill wrote a few really interesting musicals here, including what's it called? Street Scene, with lyrics from Langston Hughes. At night, when everything is quiet, the old house seems to breathe a sigh. Sometimes I hear a neighbor snoring. Sometimes I hear a baby cry. Sometimes I hear a staircase creaking. Sometimes a distant telephone. Then the quiet settles down again. The house and I are all alone. Lonely house. Lonely me. Funny, with so many neighbors, how lonely it can be. Oh, lonely street, lonely town. Funny, you can be so lonely with all these folks around. I guess there must be something I don't comprehend. sparrows find companions, even stray dogs find a friend. The night for me is not romantic. Unhook the stars and take them down. I'm lonely in this lonely house. In this lonely town. Denn wie man sich bettet, so liegt man. As you make your bed, so you will lie in it. There won't be anyone there to tuck you in. And if anyone walks, that'll be me. And if anyone gets walked on, that will be you. This is from Mahogany. Rules to live by. Yeah, it repeats. Meine Herren, mein Mutter prägte mir einmals ein schlimmes Wort. Sie wurden enden im Schauhaus oder an einem noch schlimmen Ort. Ja, so ein Wort, das ist leicht gesagt. Aber ich sage euch, daraus wird nix. Das könnt ihr nicht machen mit mir. Was aus mir noch wird, das werden wir sehen. Ein Mensch ist kein Tier. Denn wie man sich bettet, so liegt man. Es deckt einen keiner dazu. Und wenn einer tritt, dann bin ich es. Und wird einer getreten, dann bist du. Denn wie man sich bettet, so liegt man. Es deckt einen keiner dazu. Und wenn einer tritt, dann bin ich es. Und wird einer getreten, dann bist du. Meine Herren, mein Freund, der sagte mir damals ins Gesicht: Das Größte auf Erden ist Liebe, und am Morgen denkt man da nicht. Ja, Liebe, das ist leicht gesagt. Solang man täglich älter wird, man wird nicht nach Liebe gefragt. Man muss seine kurze Zeit benutzen. Ein Mensch ist kein Tier. sich bettet, so liegt man. Es deckt einen keiner dazu. Und wenn eine tritt, dann bin ich es. Und wird einer getreten, dann bist du. Denn wie man sich bettet, so liegt man. Es deckt einen keiner dazu. Und wenn einer tritt, dann bin ich es. Und wird einer getreten, dann bist du. Marina Rosenfeld, friends. Marina Rosenfeld on prepared piano. I'm going to try one more little thing that I just threw in at the last minute. Just me. The last musical was Lost in the Stars with lyrics by Maxwell Anderson, which is an adaptation of the South African novel Cry the Beloved Country. 49, I would say, and Weill died a year later. Since you came first to me, dear one, glad one, you bring all the worst to me. Near one, sad one, there's trouble in your coming and trouble in your laughter. There's trouble in your going and trouble after. Since you were near to me, lost one, mad one, no other is dear to me. Loved one, bad one, I love your dark silence, love your bright laughter. I love the trouble you bring me, the crying after. Trouble man, walking out there. Trouble man, since you've been gone. Somehow I manage living here alone. All day long, you don't catch me weeping. But oh God, help me when it comes time for sleeping. When it comes time for sleeping here alone. Trouble man, walking out there. Maybe in a strange town, God knows where. Maybe in a strange place, hurrying and walking. Listen to my blood and my bones here talking. Listen to the blood in my hands and feet. Finding you out in a far strange street. Finding the footprints out where you ran, asking, aren't you coming home? Trouble man, trouble man, trouble man, trouble man, trouble man, saying all day long, you don't catch me weeping, but oh God, help me when it comes time for sleeping. When it comes time for sleeping here alone. Trouble man, trouble man. Thank you.